Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It is your host with the biggest nose, JC Courtside, coming at y'all today on Monday, January 12th. Finally remembered the day to put that ahead of the dates. I hope everybody had a phenomenal weekend, and I hope you guys had some time to turn off the football and watch some basketball over the weekend, but chances are you probably didn't. So don't worry, I got y'all covered. We will be talking about the winners and losers of the NBA weekend. I hope everybody's having a great start to their Monday morning. And yeah, I know we missed last Thursday, but that's okay. We did go live last Friday. Remember, guys, we do these podcasts Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. Eastern, streamed on Twitch. Okay, we also upload all of these to the Jay-Z Courtside YouTube channel, as well as the Spotify and Apple. So if you guys do miss any of these episodes that do happen live, you can always watch there, and be sure to leave a 5-star rating and review on the podcast, Spotify, and Apple. And yeah, man, I think the best way to watch and listen to these episodes are probably live on Twitch. That's just me. The Twitch is Jay-Z Uncut. I know it's a different name than what you guys are used to, but that's what it is. And all the links will be down in the show notes below. Guys, in today's episode, we're going to do something a little bit different. Typically, your boy is a positive Pete, right? We usually start these Monday mornings with the winners and then the losers, right? Because we like being positive around here. We like talking about the good things before the bad things. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm doing something different today, and I'm sorry. This isn't like a critical thing of me. This isn't like I'm mad at the world. This isn't like anything. I promise. This is just me knowing that the losers are probably more entertaining than the winners this time around. Okay? I'm sorry. I hate to be honest, but that's just the cruel reality of all of this, guys. So today we are starting with the losers of the weekend, and that team is the Houston Rockets. Now, I have a lot of hot takes to say about this team, but I'm not quite sure I can say them now without being disrespectful. One thing that I do have to mention immediately is a very famous tweet from earlier into the season. Somebody asked Kevin Durant, what do you think of the Phoenix Suns' hot start to the season? On Twitter. And you guys know Kevin Durant is very active on Twitter. Somebody asked, what do you think of the Phoenix Suns' hot start to the season? And Kevin Durant responded, no expectations equals better vibes. Enjoy the season, brother. And life comes at you fast, because the Phoenix Suns have just knocked the Houston Rockets into the play-in for the first time this season. Life comes at you fast. They said that the Phoenix Suns, the over-under was put at 34 and a half or 33 and a half, one or the other. And yet, here we are. And the Phoenix Suns are in the playoff picture without one of the two trade pieces that they got for Kevin Durant? You're telling me without Jalen Green? And mind you, anybody who watched that one game with Jalen Green when he came back from that calf injury or the hamstring injury, everybody knew how well that he was playing. Jalen Green was like on a whole nother level. And yet Dylan Brooks has looked like a star in himself. I'll be honest, man. I think we're all very clear. I think we're all very clear here that they are a horrible three-point shooting team. Horrible. I remember at the start of this year, they were taking the least amount of attempts, but they had the highest percentage. Well, that came back to earth, because they've dropped to 25th in three-pointers made and still 29th in three-pointers attempted. So they're still shooting well percentage-wise, but they're not shooting well in general. They just lost to the Kings last night. And my hot take here, and I've been preaching this for years. For years, ladies and gentlemen. Are you ready for what I'm about to say? I said it. I don't care that Fred VanVleet's out. I'll talk about that a little bit later. But my biggest key point about the Houston Rockets acquiring Kevin Durant and why I wasn't a fan of that is because one thing. I remember in the summer, everybody was talking to me. I'm a Pistons fan. Everybody was talking to me. And they were saying, should the Pistons target Kevin Durant? Durant and Cade are really good friends, right? They are. They're actually really good friends. They text a lot. And everybody was telling me, Jay-Z, you're an idiot for not wanting Durant on the Pistons. He would make your team a championship contending team immediately. And I said, no. And I see Quickscope in the Twitch chat quoting me. He wanted to beat me to the punch and proves that he listens to what I say. But during the summer, I said, no, I don't want Kevin Durant because he's going to bring that dark rain cloud with him. Kevin Durant has a sort of energy that follows him everywhere he goes. It's sort of like death. Death comes for everybody. Death comes in different ways to everyone. And with Kevin Durant, one thing you're always going to get from him is that dark cloud that always follows him. I don't know if it's that curse when he stepped onto that three-point line in Brooklyn. I don't know if it's karma for breaking the NBA for years, for joining the Warriors, joining the team that you lost to, joining the team that you lost to, joining the team that you were up 3-1 against in the playoffs the year before, and you joined them. There's two things Kevin Durant will always give you. He is literally, arguably, the greatest scorer ever. But what I will say, there's two things he always gives you. Efficient shooting and that dark rain cloud that follows him everywhere he goes. Everywhere he goes. You're seeing it in Houston. You saw it in Phoenix. You saw it in Brooklyn. You have seen it in Golden State after they lost. This is just a constant story repeating for Kevin Durant. Here's what I'd say. Let's say the Houston Rockets didn't make this trade. Do you think they'd be in the play-in right now if they lost Fred VanVleet? I don't think so. I think they still have Dylan Brooks. I think they still have Jalen Green if he didn't get hurt. I think they still have enough to be in the playoffs. Now, of course, the season is still young. Do I think the Houston Rockets are going to end up into the play-in? Absolutely not. Is this a little bit dramatic of me? Absolutely not, because this has been a case for all season. They don't have shooting. They don't have a primary ball handler. Have you guys seen Amen Thompson's lack of defense in this year? Be honest with yourselves. Amen Thompson's incredible. Amen Thompson is playing absolutely wonderful. Offensively. Defensively, Amen Thompson has looked out of it for the most of this season. My Rockets fans can attest to this. Not only is he shooting 19% from three, but Amen Thompson's defensive prowess has shrunk. And that's because they're demanding so much from him on offense. Amen Thompson should be a two-way player. He doesn't need to be a 3-and-D guy. He can't be a 3-and-D guy. But what he can be is a slash and D kind of player. If you were to ask me right now where I think the Houston Rockets are going to end up at the end of this season, I will be fully honest and tell you top 6 for sure. But who would they go up against? I'll be honest with everybody watching. If they're against the Lakers suck. I'm taking the Lakers. If they're against the Suns, I'm taking the Suns. If they're against the Spurs, I'm taking the Spurs. If they're against Denver, OKC, who else is up there? And the T-Wolves. I'm taking all of those teams over the Houston Rockets at this current pace. And there's no way you guys can convince me otherwise. Durant's rain cloud has followed him, and he's not the issue here. My problem with Kevin Durant, ladies and gentlemen, is that he's 37 years old. He's 37, okay? What Kevin Durant was paid to do and was told to do when he came onto the Houston Rockets team was shoot efficiently and bring that veteran experience. Well, guess what? Durant has never been a leader. Durant has never, ever, ever been a leader of a championship team. And then you're going to bring up, oh, but he's got 2 finals MVPs. He didn't lead them to those. He was just the best player on the court. That's not me saying the opposite. So don't get those 2 points misconstrued here. Kevin Durant is not a leader, but he is the best basketball player on all the teams he's been on. Okay? Kevin Durant came here to coast. He came here to be a veteran leadership without the leadership part. And that's where the Houston Rockets, I believe, excuse my French, fucked up. He is not a leader of a team. We all know that. Did you guys see what he's done with every team prior to this? Kevin Durant is an undeniable scorer, but he was not brought here to lead this team. We all know that. You just traded Dillon Brooks, who was the leader of this team. And do you notice the difference? Dillon Brooks is not the best player of a basketball team, but he can lead a team. And that's the main difference here. So what the Houston Rockets did in trading their actual mental leader and brought Kevin Durant to expect to make sense of this mess of a roster, we all see it. At the end of the games, Kevin Durant does not touch the ball. You're going to say, what about that game just last week? Şengün was out. Şengün is the leader of this team, and he's not a vocal one. Kevin Durant, we all know, he's not a vocal leader. So here's my point. At this current time, I'd like to just tell everybody, Jabari Smith Jr. is probably going to get traded. He's not doing what they wanted. He's not looking good for this team right now. Let me talk away from Kevin Durant right now. Jabari Smith Jr. has not looked good for this team at all. If you go look at his last 10 games, I assure you, it's not going to look good. Junior, last 10 games. Get ready to see these percentages. And he has the easiest job on this team, by the way. He's averaging 13 points, 6 rebounds, 1.5 assists in his last 10 games. His percentages, oh my God, are 39% from the field and 28% from deep. That's not good. Ladies and gentlemen, him and Tari Eason have arguably the easiest jobs on this basketball team. That is not good. You can look up and down the stat sheet. He shot 0 for 3 last night from deep. He shot 0 for 10 the night before. 1 for 7, 1 for 7, 2 for 6, 4 for 10. That's not bad. 40%. That's good. The Houston Rockets have so much talent on this team, yet they can't put it together. And I don't see them competing against any other team in the Western Conference. Now with Kevin Durant at the helm, Kevin Durant has done something this year that is irreversible at this point. I'm going to get my 25. I'm going to shoot efficiently, and that's all you're going to get from me. And that's okay. He's 37 years old. I understand. I'm not mad at it. I'm not offended by it. He's doing more than what he was brought on to do. The Houston Rockets have now officially fallen out of the playoffs. So far, they're going to bounce back. I know they're going to be a playoff team. But before any of this happens, you need to look at the rest of this roster and get yourself a point guard. Because what Amen Thompson's doing right now is great, but it's getting overshadowed by his lack of offense because he can't pay attention on defense. He's focusing too much on offense, and he can't focus on defense and what he's good at. I saw a tweet 5 years ago, and it still holds up to this day. Somebody said, and he just came back, so I feel bad at putting him on blast. Dorian Finney-Smith, more like, dude fucking sucks. Ladies and gents, he's shooting 25% from the field and 26% from 3. I mean, come on, bro. I mean, come on. That's like DFS. It's not working out. He's on a pretty big contract. It's not working out right now. Amen Thompson has been brilliant for this team. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. But what Amen is supposed to be doing is chill in the dunker spot, get easy buckets, not be the focal point of this offense. He is playing poorly on defense. To say it politely. Amen Thompson is playing poorly on defense, and that's because they're demanding so much from offense. Listen, y'all, this team is not a contender. I'm telling you that right now. They can rattle off 5 wins in a row. This team is not a contender. They need a point guard, and until they get a point guard, I'm not taking them seriously. And here's the issue with all of this, chat. Here's the issue with all of this before I move on. And my Rockets fans will agree. If you do not obtain a point guard, because Fred VanVleet's not coming back this year, if you do not obtain a point guard, you are wasting 1 year out of Kevin Durant. And isn't that why you guys traded for Kevin Durant? It's to win right now, right? It's to win right now. That is a win now trade. If you cannot win now with Kevin Durant, that is a wasted season. This is not me discrediting Kevin Durant being one of the greatest scorers of all time. So please do not misconstrue those two things. The only thing I'm saying is Kevin Durant is not a leader, and asking him to be a leader is what's going to lead to this team's demise. I've been watching Kevin Durant for almost 2 decades now. Kevin Durant came into the league when my frontal lobe somewhat gained consciousness, okay? They need a point guard. And I'm not saying they need a Cade Cunningham. I'm not saying they need a high-level guard like Shea, or I'm not saying any of that. What they do need is a facilitator. They need a facilitator. Let Ben Thompson cook on defense, because right now he's doing way too much on offense. All right? Again, this guy named Molester Jenkins in the TikTok said KD led the Warriors in 2017. He did not lead them. He scored the most points. He did not lead them. Draymond Green was the leader. When will kids understand that leading a team is different than being the best player on a team? For example, I don't believe Cade Cunningham is the leader of the Pistons. It's Duren. Duren and Stu are the leaders of the Pistons. They lead the team. Cade Cunningham is the best player on the Pistons, but he's not the vocal leader. Kevin Durant is the best player on the Rockets. Kevin Durant was the best player on the Nets. Kevin Durant was the best player on the Suns. Kevin Durant was the best player on the Warriors, but he's not a leader. He can lead you to wins, but he's not going to lead you as far as being a vocal guy. So I'm sick of hearing this dumb take. He can lead you to wins, but he will never be a vocal leader. He will never bring players up when they're down. And if I hear Ja Morant to the Rockets fans, pack it up. Hey, Pistons FC is open. If you guys ever want to join, pack it up. If you guys go for Ja Morant, pack it up. You are going, hear me out now. Amen Thompson shoots 19% from three. Below 19%. Do you guys know what Ja Morant is shooting? You want to have 19% three-point shooters on the team? Talk about being the worst three-point shooting team in the NBA. You want to bring 2 of the worst three-point shooting players in the entire NBA on one team? Ja Morant? He's shooting 20% from deep. Amen Thompson is shooting 90. You can't have 2 players like that in a lineup at the same time. Somebody in the TikTok said, bro, we know we haven't seen the real Ja. This is the real Ja, ladies and gentlemen. This is Ja Morant. The Ja Morant of old is gone. This is Ja Morant. I saw it with Derrick Rose. I saw it with Steve Francis. I saw it with so many young athletic guards. This is the real Ja Morant. TikTok, if you guys are enjoying the stream, be sure to swing on into the Twitch stream so that you can join real basketball talk, real basketball knowers. My Twitch stream, we're trying to find every fan from every franchise in the NBA. We still need Kings fans. We still need Jazz fans. We still need a lot of fans in the NBA for all these teams. There's a lot of teams that we don't have fans for. The Mavericks. If you guys are enjoying today's podcast, we don't have any Warriors fans. That's crazy. If you guys are any of those teams, if you guys are a fan of any team in the NBA, be sure to swing on into the Twitch stream. That's Jay-Z Uncut on Twitch. The link is in my bio, TikTok. Click the profile picture, click the link in my bio, or just go to the Twitch app and look up Jay-Z Uncut and join the Twitch stream. We need so many fans of these teams. We don't have any. So please, if you guys want to get involved with a nice basketball community, a nice basketball chat, people that you can watch the game with, people that you can talk about the games while they're happening, join the Twitch stream, link in my bio. Ladies and gentlemen, let's move on from the Rockets. I'm done with them. Let's move on to our next loser of the weekend. And I think this one's pretty obvious. They've been a team that I've consistently had as the winners and losers almost every weekend. I feel like every weekend they've either been a winner or a loser. And as of late, they have only been a loser. I've seen a lot of Warriors fans and Hornets fans and Timberwolves fans. Make sure you guys come to the Twitch stream, all right? The link is in my bio, Jay-Z Uncut on Twitch. Let's talk about another loser, and that's the Miami Heat, guys. That is the Miami Heat. They've lost 3 straight games. Not just that, they lost one of them to the worst team in the NBA, in the Indiana Pacers, and they got smacked. They were virtually down by 40 throughout that game. And then they also got blown out by the OKC Thunder, but this scoreboard looks a lot better than it does because the bench cleared out the fourth quarter. It's truly, I don't gain anything from this conversation. I don't. So I want you guys to understand, I do not relish in discrediting the Miami Heat. But real quick, I do want to say very quickly, 5-Star and Hollow, thank you guys so much for leaving the TikTok stream and coming through to the Twitch stream. I appreciate you guys a lot. If you guys do watch on the Twitch, don't worry. If you watch 3 Twitch streams in a row, I will gift you a $5 sub so you no longer get ads. So I see that you're a Grizzlies fan. You are our first ever Grizzlies fan. You better not leave. Join the Discord, okay? Lamar as well. We're talking about the winners after we talk about the losers, bro. We're starting with losers before the winners this week. Hey, we need as many Hornets fans, Grizzlies fans. So please, guys, big shout outs to Lamar, Hollow, and 5-Star for leaving the TikTok and coming through to the Twitch stream. Join the Discord immediately. And remember, guys, if you watch 3 Twitch streams in a row, I will gift you a $5 sub so you no longer get ads. We've never had a Grizzlies fan, so be sure to join in. Hornets, we need another Hornets fan. We only have one. Yeah, be sure to join the Discord, everybody. And remember, watch on Twitch. It's a much better viewing experience over here. This is where the real ball knowers are. Okay, let's move on to the Miami Heat, all right? The Miami Heat are a bad basketball team. And before I talk about anybody on this team, I got to talk about one man. And I've been talking about him a lot lately in the Discord, not on the podcast. I've been talking about Bam Adebayo a lot. Bam, I've never seen a player regress this much when I expected so much out of you. Now, I just want to reiterate this. Daniel, I see that you followed in the TikTok. You said probably the most interactive stream I've ever listened to. Definitely shoot in a follow. Daniel, you will love the Twitch stream so much more, brother. For real. Come to the Twitch. Join up. You're a Mavs fan? Daniel, we do not have any Mavs fans, bro. Join the Twitch and join the Discord, please and thank you. It's Jay-Z Uncut on Twitch. We don't have any Mavs fans, so please join the Discord. Join the Twitch stream first. Shout outs to Key, shout out to Lamar, shout out to Hollow, and shout out to 5-Star for joining the Twitch stream and leaving the TikTok. I appreciate you guys very, very much. Bam Adebayo. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about Bam Adebayo, guys. Bam Adebayo. This is embarrassing. Let's go ahead and do this. Bam Adebayo. Last 15 games. Let's go ahead and do this. Just came from TikTok. I'm a Pistons fan. Don Dada. Apparently, Don Dota is a Pistons fan. You better join the Discord immediately, my boy, because I'm also a Pistons fan. We need more of us. So join the Discord right now. I'm going to repeat myself again after this segment, so join the Discord. Oh my God, I'm going to cry. We got a Pistons fan. Bam Adebayo's last 15 games, ladies and gentlemen, has averaged 13 points, 11 rebounds, and 3 assists in his last 15 games. Also in his last 15 games, he is averaging 41% from field goal range and 22% from 3. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a $50 million player. He's making $50 million. $50 million next year. And he's shooting 22% from 3. He's averaging 13 points per game. This is a mighty, mighty, mighty fall off. His defense that people say, hey, it's okay if Bam has a stretch like this. His defense is prolific. His defense is not prolific anymore. It's not at all. In fact, it's not prolific at all. A Nets fan, yo, Tim, you better come through to the Twitch stream, my boy. A Nets fan, you better come through to the Twitch. Sorry, guys. I've been thanking you guys way too much for coming to the Twitch. I got to keep this episode going. Don't worry. I'll talk to you guys in just a second. I see everybody that's come through to the Twitch. If you guys want me to read your messages out loud, be sure to talk about what topic is at hand. I'll thank all of you guys individually after this segment for the Miami Heat. But what I have to say right now is join the Discord immediately. Everybody that just came to the Twitch, join the Discord immediately. We're trying to get fans for every team in the NBA. Lakers fan, join up, bro. Pistons, Mavs, that's our first ever Mavs fan. Join up. And make sure you guys stick to the end, because remember, if you guys watch 3 Twitch streams in a row, I will gift you a $5 sub, so you no longer get ads on Twitch. All right. And we do this Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. Eastern. Remember, we do all these live shows Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. Eastern. Exclamation point Discord in the chat. Rave, Harris, Officer Daniel, and Don Dota. Make sure you guys join the Discord. Exclamation point Discord in the chat. Thank you guys for following the Twitch stream. I appreciate you guys very, very much. And remember, we only have 3 rules here, everyone. We have 3 rules here. Don't talk shit about basketball teams, okay? As a Pistons fan, I understand what being ass is like. So the only 3 teams you're allowed to make fun of are the Clippers, the Bulls, and the Kings. You're not allowed to discredit any other NBA team in this league, okay? You're allowed, if you get buddy with some people, you're allowed to joke around and insult each other, but not until you guys are close, okay? I'm just saying. Oh my God, Don't Dota join the Discord. I love it. I also, you can make fun of the Bulls mob. We all know why, bro. Okay, let's get to it. I apologize for the yapping. I apologize. Shout out to everybody that joined the Twitch stream. I appreciate you guys very, very much. And make sure you join the Discord as well. And just remember one last detail. If you watch the Twitch stream 3 streams in a row, I will gift you a $5 sub so you no longer get ads. Here we go. Bam Adebayo has been absolutely horrendous, ladies and gents. He's averaging 13 points, 11 rebounds, and 2.5 assists over his last 15 games. And if you want to shrink this to an even smaller sample size, check this out, because it gets worse. He's averaging less than 12 points per game. You can look at this guy's stats. He has not scored 20 points in a game in over a month, ladies and gentlemen. This guy is making $50 million next year, and he has not scored 20 points in over a month. He's not even the best basketball player in his house anymore. A'ja Wilson lapped him. She must have stole his abilities. It's truly gross. And people are asking, what are his stats this season, though? He's averaging 16.5 points, 44% from the field, and 31% from 3. And again, that 3-point percentage is extremely skewed because of how good he was shooting for the first 2 weeks. But he's just fallen off of a cliff entirely. And that's why over his last 15 games, he is shooting 22% from 3. Now, again, people used to talk about Bam and say it's okay if he's having a bad shooting night. His defense was still top level. It's not anymore. It's not. So when you look at these losses, let's just look at the Pacers. You know what? No. Actually, yeah, let's look at the Pacers because they were fully healthy. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a fully healthy Miami Heat team. Fully healthy. No injuries. Fully healthy. Andrew Wiggins, 11 points. Bam Adebayo, 13 points. Norman Powell, 6 points, 2 for 12. Tyler Hero, 21 points, 8 for 19. Davion Mitchell, 1 point. Jaime Jaquez, 16, minus 22 on the court. This was a fully healthy Miami Heat team, and they got smoked by the worst team in the NBA, Indiana Pacers. Now, I just got to reiterate this one more time, man. This team does not have a leader. I think everybody on this team has lost their joy. This is bad. This is embarrassing. This is not what the Heat culture is about. Or maybe that's exactly what it's about. Because Bam Adebayo scored 6 points against the Oklahoma City Thunder. 6 points against the Oklahoma City Thunder. We need a trade. Exclamation point Discord in the chat. Click that link right there. We need a trade. Miami, we need a trade. Now, the question begs, who the hell can you get? You're not getting Giannis. You're not getting Kawhi Leonard. Is it worth to trade Tyler Hero, a negative, in your eyes, for Ja Morant, who's a ginormous negative? Is that worth of a trade? Who are you trading for? I don't see it. I don't see a viable trade happening. Newsom, who's my longest tenured Miami Heat fan, said Zion or Ja, just do it. And that is the flaw in this fan base. Because here's the thing. You trade for Ja, you're locked in. You trade for Zion, you're locked in. Now, we're going to be talking about trade destinations later, so I don't really want to get heavily into that right now. But something that I do need to share is the Miami Heat right now, they're back in the play-in. Again, they are back in the play-in with their best friends, the Chicago Bulls, the Atlanta Hawks, who are on a 3-game winning streak, and the Miami Heat. One of my viewers, Beezy, his name is Beezy, he's a longtime Heat fan. And prior to the season beginning, he said that if he was building a team and he had the option of Cade Cunningham, remember, this is going into this year. If he had a choice of building his team around Cade Cunningham or Bam Adebayo, he would pick Bam Adebayo and he wouldn't even consider Cade. He also told me that the Miami Heat are going to be the 3rd seed in the East when it's all said and done this season. Well, more than a quarter way into the season, the Miami Heat are in the play-in, 8th seed. Their star player hasn't scored 20 points in a game in over a month. Their star player is shooting 22% from 3. Their star player looks mediocre on defense. Their star player has averaged 11 points per game in the last month. So I don't think the Miami Heat are going to be the 3rd seed, and I don't think Bam Adebayo is a good building piece instead of Cade Cunningham. The roster's not good. Their game plan isn't good. And the TikTok told me, Shaolin the Great said, bro doesn't read comments, I see. I do read comments. In fact, I read every single comment in the Twitch stream. So if you guys want to talk to me and talk to other ball knowers, be sure to swing on into the Twitch stream. We are live there right now. We stream there Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. Eastern. Ladies and gentlemen, let's move on to our final loser. This might catch a lot of people off guard, so be ready. Now remember, I talk about everything objectively. I talk about everything enjoying basketball. I talk about everything very, very unbiased, okay? You guys are going to get really surprised by what I'm about to show you, okay? Any Spurs fans in the building? Because it's not going to be surprising for you guys. In fact, you might look at me and say, damn, I knew it was bad. I didn't know it was that bad. And then everybody else around the league, you guys think the Spurs are so big and bad, right? I'm going to show you guys something very interesting. My final loser of the weekend are the Spurs point guards. In particular, I'm talking about Stephon Castle and Dylan Harper. Now, disclaimer, immediately, I believe Dylan Harper is going to be one of the best point guards in the NBA. I believe that. But we need to talk about something. Dylan Harper. Harper. Last 10 games. You guys ready? Dylan Harper, in his last 10 games, averaging 21 minutes a game. He's averaging 7 points, 3 rebounds, 2.5 assists. That's not really what you should be worried about. Here's what you should be worried about. He's shooting 34% from the field. 34% from the field. And this is not a typo. He's shooting 19% from 3. The rookie wall has claimed another victim, and that's okay. He's just a loser of the weekend. He's not the loser of the draft. I still believe Dylan Harper is going to be a prolific point guard in this NBA. That's why I had to say that first, so that nobody thinks I'm hating on him. He's hit the rookie wall, and this is what I just wanted to point out. That's fine. Cooper Flagg hit the rookie wall. Con Knipple hit his rookie wall. VJ Edgecombe hit his rookie wall hard. And now Dylan Harper's hit his rookie wall, and that's okay. Next, I'd like to talk about Stephon Castle, former Rookie of the Year. In his last 10 games, he's averaging 14 points, 6 assists, 4.5 rebounds in the last 10 games. Now, that's not the problem here. Actually, you're right. Con did not hit his wall. Con's been incredible. So when that wall comes, we'll be watching. 14 points. He's averaging 37% from the field. Guys, it gets worse. Our second-year player is officially in his sophomore slump. Guys, he's shooting less than 15% from 3. That's not a typo. He's attempting almost 4 3-pointers a game, and he's shooting 14% from 3. You can look at all these games. 0 for 1, 1 for 7, 0 for 2, 2 for 4, 0 for 1, 1 for 3, 0 for 3, 0 for 3, 1 for 8, 0 for 2. If I extend this to 15 games, it drops to 13%. So this is me just saying he's hit his sophomore slump, and that's okay. That is okay. That is A-okay, ladies and gents. All I'm doing right now is shedding some light. So what I'd like to say to my Spurs fans, this is why I don't have you guys as a championship contending team this year. It's not because Stefan Castle's ass. It's not because Dylan Brooks is, it's not because Dylan Harper is ass. It's not because Wemby is ass. It's not because of any of those things. It's because as a young team with no playoff experience, with nothing to, the only person with playoff experience is Luke Kornet. And if you want to count Harrison Barnes from 10 years ago, that's fine. I'll give you that. Harrison Barnes 10 years ago and Luke Kornet. Okay. So this team cannot win it all this year, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. There is nothing wrong with the Spurs not winning it all this year. Do I think they can beat a team in this playoffs? Absolutely agree. Yeah, I absolutely believe so. If they went up against the Lakers, they're killing them. If they went up against the Rockets, I think it would be a 7-game series. I did cover the Rockets. Yes, Kenny. So those are my losers of the weekend. It's the point guards of the San Antonio Spurs, and that's okay. That's okay. We all have to be a loser at some point in our lives, chat. You can't just win everything in life. You got to be a loser at some point. So when I call him a loser, don't think it's like some horrible thing. You got to be a loser. The Pistons have been a loser this weekend. The Knicks have been losers of the weekend. The OKC Thunder have been a loser of the weekend last weekend. So don't worry. Being a loser of the weekend is not bad. Actually, we are now moving on. Oh, actually, I do want to talk about one quick thing real quick before I move on. Real super quick. De'Aaron Fox has fallen off extremely at being the clutchest player of the year a few years ago. I'm not worried about his three-point shooting yet. He's shooting 32%. I'm not worried about that. But his clutch shooting is horrible now. Like, actually disgusting now. In fact, from 4 years ago, he was incredible. He won, I think he won clutch. Was that the year they started the clutch player of the year? I don't remember. Regardless of what it was, why is De'Aaron Fox? Dude, it's ridiculous to me. You were wide open on a three. And that's like, I've watched him miss the game-winning shot 5 times this year. 5 times. So when he got blocked in Memphis, when they choked the lead, he got blocked. I forgot who, I think Santi Aldama or somebody blocked him for the game-winning shot. The Grizzlies commentator wanted to gas up that win even more by saying, and De'Aaron Fox, the clutchest player in the NBA, has missed the game-winning shot. And I paused my game and I went into my Discord, which you guys should absolutely join because we all talk in there while games are happening. It's fucking awesome. It's a really good time. If you guys are in my Discord server, I know you guys would agree. We all comfort each other when our teams are losing, especially my Pelicans fan, Liam. Shout out Liam. He's our one Pelicans fan in our Discord. We all comfort each other while our team is losing. Maybe talk some friendly smack. But I went into my Discord server and I said, did I hear what I think I just heard? Did this guy just say the clutchest player in the NBA? 4 years ago, sure. But right now, hell no. De'Aaron Fox's game-winning percentage right now is like 12% this year. That is bad. That is bad. Stop giving him the ball at the end of these games, man. That is bad. Bad, bad, bad. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to move on to our winners of the weekend. I wanted to start with losers because I had so much to say. And look, here you go. We've spoken, we've spoke for 40 minutes on just the losers because we had some big losers. We had some big freaking losers. Not too many winners, though. Not too many. I do have an honorable mention winner. Before we move on to the winner of the weekend, I would like to just say massive shout outs again to everybody that came through to the Twitch stream. Everybody, I forgot to say Raves and P Harris. Thank you guys so much for leaving the TikTok stream and coming through to the Twitch stream. I hope you guys are enjoying yourselves here. And I hope you guys joined the Discord as well, went to the roles channel and reacted to your team's roles so that you could have your team color as your name. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, check it out. Here's our Discord. If you go to the roles channel, you can react to your team's role. So for example, here I am reacting to the Pistons role. That changes my color in the Discord. So if you're a Blazers fan, if you're any fan, we need a Blazers fan, we need a Jazz fan, we need a lot of fans for these teams. I see Grizzlies still doesn't have a role, but somebody joined that's a Grizzlies fan. So be sure to go to the roles channel of Discord and click on the role to react to those so that you can have your proper color in the Discord server. Okay. And that we know who you are when you're talking about basketball. We know what fan you are. So again, shout out to everybody that's leaving the TikTok and coming through to the Twitch stream. TikTok, if you guys want to join in on the real conversation that's happening right now, make sure to join the Twitch stream. That's Jay-Z Uncut on Twitch. The link is in my bio. Just click my profile picture, click the link in my bio, or just go to the Twitch app and look up Jay-Z Uncut. Let's move on to our winners of the weekend, guys. And they're pretty short. They're pretty short. Let's go ahead and start with my Phoenix Suns. I say my Phoenix Suns because they're my team of the West right now. I don't know about you guys, but I always claim one team in the West. And I claim the Phoenix Suns at the start of this year. And I have my receipts as well. You can go look. Das Gas, you already know I've mentioned it before. I claimed the Phoenix Suns before this season. I said there is absolute, if I was a sports bettor, I would say put all your money on the over for the Phoenix Suns. There is no way they are winning 32 and a half. Was it 32 and a half? Yeah, it was 32 and a half games this year. I said there's absolutely no way a team led by Devin Booker and you just finessed the number 2 pick in Jalen Green, who was incredible in that one game, and I want him to come back, and Dylan Brooks, the actual vocal leader of the Houston Rockets. There's no way they're not winning 32 and a half games this year. And guess what? They're only 8 games away from that already. I'd like to give a special shout out to my homie Commits, who just committed to the Twitch stream. Welcome on in, my boy. Exclamation point Discord in the chat. Be sure to join it. Click that link right there. Commits, I appreciate you for leaving the TikTok and coming through to the Twitch stream. Guys, remember, if you guys watch 3 Twitch streams in a row, I will gift you a $5 sub out of my own pocket so that you do not get any ads for 30 days. Dylan Brooks, I understand if you guys hate him because he's not on your team. Just believe me, it's just like Isaiah Stewart. It's just like Grayson Allen. It's just like a lot of these players, Draymond Green. If they're not on your team, you hate them. But if they're on your team, I forgot who said it. It was somebody on the Pistons. I want to say it's John Sally from the Bad Boys. In the Bad Boys documentary, he said, every team needs a dirty dog. And you love them because they're your dirty dog. But when you're against them, you hate them. And it's true because every team needs those kinds of players. And something I'm going to tell you guys is that the Phoenix Suns have 2 of those players. They have Grayson Allen and Dylan Brooks. They have both of these players. So they got 2 of those dogs. I want to give a quick special shout out again to Chase. Chase said he came from TikTok. I love the Twitch app more, but TikTok has no ads. And I completely hear you, bro. If you watch the Twitch stream for 3 days in a row, I will gift you a sub so you no longer get ads for 30 days. Or maybe you'd get lucky and somebody will gift you a sub before those 3 streams in a row. So believe me, bro, the Twitch stream is much, much better. And I'd love to have you in here so that I can actually talk to you because I don't really talk to my TikTok. I would love to have you stay in the Twitch. So again, I'll do whatever I can. Like I said, I'll donate $5 to you so that you no longer get ads as long as you watch 3 streams in a row on Twitch. Okay, guys, let's keep it going. The Phoenix Suns are good, man. They are good. They are balling. Okay? I love the Phoenix Suns. I love what they're doing. I think it's so much fun. Dylan Brooks has took a massive leap. It's been incredible, truly. I mean, you can look up and down this roster. Guys, when I tell y'all that one game from Jalen Green was incredible, I'm telling you right now, as a Cade Cunningham super fan, that one game from Jalen Green was incredible. Ignore this average because he left the game after 7 minutes of his second game that he played. So I just want to show you his one game that he played. His singular game that he played. If I can find it. Here it is. In that one game, where is it? He had 29 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals. He was 10 for 20 from the field, 6 for 13. And who did they beat? The Clippers, before the Clippers were really ass. That was a really fun game. And honestly, that tells you more of what you need to know about this team. They're doing it by committee. And that's why the Rockets were so good last year, y'all. That's why the Rockets were so damn good last year. Listen, I see KJ in the Twitch chat say, Jay-Z, I watched Jalen do that for 4 years. It's a gimmick. Please don't believe it. I understand what you're saying. I understand what you're saying. But listen to me. Everyone was saying it was a gimmick about Cade Cunningham for his first 4 years of his career. And now he's a bona fide MVP candidate. I think Jalen Green as a number 2, number 3 option would be prolific for this Phoenix Suns team. I'm not saying Jalen Green is going to be an all-star. I'm not saying Jalen Green is going to be a leader of a championship team. But what I think can work is if Jalen Green can just help. If Jalen Green can just hoop. When you have Dillon Brooks and you have Devin Booker and you get a competent center, because with all due respect, Mark Williams, you have not been bad this year. Nick Richards, I know health has been an issue. You have not been bad this year. What's his name? Isidoro, you have not been bad this year. Royce O'Neal, you've been hooping, my boy. You have been hooping. Colin Gillespie has been playing well relatively for most of the year. Who else? Jordan Goodwin, get that mask off and you'll be hooping again soon. Isaiah Livers, I've been rooting for Isaiah Livers since he was on my Pistons team. Shout out Isaiah Livers. This team can be good. And I know people are so out on Jalen Green. That's fine. I understand where you're coming from. Maybe at worst, Jalen Green can be a 6-man. Maybe at worst in his career, Jalen Green turns into a Lou Will, a Jamal Crawford, a Peyton Pritchard, something like that, where he is just pure offense off the bench. Because here's what we're not going to do. We're not going to put Jalen Green in the same category as Anthony Simons. We're not going to put Jalen Green in the same category as TJ McConnell. We're not going to put, that's actually a very big compliment. We need to get that mask off of Jordan Goodwin, because I feel like sometimes, bro, that shot, why doesn't Jordan Goodwin have a picture on his StatMuse? This is disrespectful. Somebody contact StatMuse. This is very disrespectful. This is very, very disrespectful. Shout out to the Phoenix Suns, man. I love what they're doing. They're my team of the West, and I want to see them do well. Honestly, I'm not that mad at Devin Booker, even though I think D-Book would love coming back to Michigan and playing for my Pistons. I'm not mad at him playing well in Phoenix. He deserves it. I love D-Book. I think he's a great player. He's not a foul merchant. He's not baiting for foul calls. He's just going in and trying to get buckets. And I want to just remind everybody, before I click on his name, Devin Booker has sucked from 3 this year. And they're playing this well still. Sorry, Isidoro, my bad. Did I say Isidoro? My bad, guys. You realize I've been talking 47.5 minutes without any break for more than 3 seconds, right? He's not been shooting well from 3, okay? He has not been shooting well from 3. And I've been telling everybody this all year. They're still winning this year, and he's just jacking them. At this point, he is just jacking them things. Like, no thinking. He makes one, and then he takes a 35-footer, sort of like me when I play in my rec league. He's shooting 30% from deep. When that three-pointer comes around, this team's going to be playing even better, because they're going to have to go out and respect his jumper, just like they've done his whole career. Dillon Brooks, that leap, man, has been awesome, and I can't praise this team enough. I really can't praise this team enough. Shout out Dillon Brooks. I know everybody hates him because he's not on your team, but he's averaging 21 points per game. 45% from the field, and 36% from 3. This is incredible. Guys, as a career player, he's been averaging 14.5 points. Just last year, he was averaging 14. If you're going to give most improved to anybody not named Jalen Duren, I want it to go to Dillon Brooks. Nobody else. He has jumped up 7 points per game. Come on, man. Come on. I know y'all hate Dillon Brooks because he's not on your team, but you got to respect game. I know people want to gave it to Jalen Johnson as well. I'd say it's only those 3. Jalen Johnson, Jalen Duren, Dillon Brooks. I don't want to see it going to anybody else. I see Anthony Black, but I believe he's in his 2nd year. Let me just confirm that before. You can't give most improved to a 2nd-year player. I just want to make sure. I think Anthony Black is a 2nd year. He's a 2nd year. Yeah, you can't give most improved to that, unfortunately, because he's supposed to improve. Okay, let's move on. It says 2nd year right here, 2 years experience. Is he in his 2nd year? Oh, no, this is his 3rd year. Why does StatMuse say that? This is his 3rd year. He was out all last year. So, oh, wait, no. That's not, it's game started. What am I saying? Okay, Anthony Black can be in the conversation. I won't be mad at that. Respect, Mark, respect. I gave Colin Gillespie his love. Colin Gillespie's been incredible. Shout out Colin Gillespie. Now, let's move on to our second winner of the weekend. This one's going to be a little bit quicker. The Los Angeles Clippers. I remember we were burying this team not too long ago. They beat my Pistons. With all due respect, my Pistons were missing 4 starters, and they sold at the end. But it was nonetheless, it was a good win for the Los Angeles Clippers. The main reason I'm putting them in here is because they are only a game and a half outside of the play-in. I'm not a Clippers fan, but they're only a game and a half outside the play-in. I mean, the Grizzlies are not going to make the play-in. I think the Trailblazers are a lock for the play-in, maybe. But yeah, I think the Clippers are going to make the play-in. It doesn't mean that they're going to do anything. But they're in a game and a half outside of the play-in. I think they're going to make it. They've been playing really well as of late. And yeah, they're a winner of the weekend. Like I said, they beat my Pistons over the weekend. Pistons were missing 4 starters and arguably had one of the worst shooting nights I've ever seen live. 8 for 35. Horrible game. They couldn't make anything. I mean, when you look at these stats right here, they stole this game from the Pistons. They were winning, but unfortunately, what's his name? John Collins decided to turn into Steph Curry, hit 5 threes that night. So shout out the Clippers. Yeah, that's what happens. We had Asar Thompson had James Harden in prison. I know the stat line doesn't really look like it because he had 19 points. But check it out. 4 for 20 from the field, 1 for 7 from 3. He had 11 free throws. Asar Thompson had this man in prison. So shout out Asar. And yeah, Kawhi's playing like an absolute cyborg. He's going crazy. Yeah, Kawhi Leonard is probably, he's an all-star, probably. But yeah, I just want to say this. We all want the Clippers to win. Like, I know I said they're one of the 3 teams you can make fun of, but we all want this team to win. Nage, be sure to join the Discord. I know you guys are saying like, no, we hate the Clippers. Guys, we need them to win because otherwise the Oklahoma City Thunder is going to get a great pick and we don't want that. We want the Clippers to win, okay? We want the Clippers to win. We do not want the Thunder to continue to get picks, okay? How can you say Kawhi Leonard is the worst superstar, Kai, when he is the only reason you guys have a championship to your name? Don't do that, Kai. Do not do that. I don't like Kawhi Leonard either, but do not disrespect the player that got you your only championship ever, okay? Do not do that. That's the only reason your franchise is still in Canada. Don't do that. Okay? And for my final winner of the weekend, it's pretty quick. It's the official news that the NBA viewership is up 85%. So Adam Silver is my final winner of the weekend. The NBA stats came out, viewership came out, and according to Google, the NBA's viewership, their overall viewership right now, not counting illegal websites, the viewership is up 85% this year. That's insane. That is insane. And now I'm here to tell y'all, NBC was the right move. I do want to say, shout out the Timberwolves, shout out the Hawks. Those are my honorable winner of the weekends. I don't know why. I wouldn't say the Timberwolves are winner of the weekend when they lost against Cleveland on Saturday and then they won again. That was a good comeback. They were down by 20. And then of course the Atlanta Hawks. So I don't want anybody to think that I'm discrediting y'all. Shout out to you guys for beating the Denver Nuggets B team. Shout out to y'all beating a G League team. I'm sorry, Liam. And shout out to y'all for beating an average age of 97 years old basketball team. So shout out to those Atlanta Hawks. Shout out to the Timberwolves. But I would like to say massive shout out again to Adam Silver, because that was a great move. That was a great move by signing with NBC, by having Prime. Because I got to be honest, everybody, I get disappointed when I have to watch ESPN. Anybody else? Yeah, shout out to the Knicks for remembering how to win and getting Josh Hart back. Anybody else disappointed when they got to watch a game on ESPN? I hate it. I hate it because I have League Pass, right? And I'll be honest, I love watching on Prime. I love watching on NBC. I love watching on those apps, man. I just think the presentation shits on TNT. TNT was horrible. I hate watching Shaq, Kenny, and Charles. Shut that damn TV off when they come on. I hate watching those guys, bro. I hate watching them. I hate watching miserable people talk about basketball. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I've never liked Shaq in that. Maybe like when I was 12, I enjoyed watching them, JaVale McGee, like all that shit. When I was 13, sure, I like that. But as a 27-year-old man, I can't watch people just say, this is bad basketball. They shoot too many threes. You can't touch anybody anymore. Basketball was better in the 90s. Okay. Fine. We get it. You're miserable. You hate your life now. Can I just please watch this game? My goal here, and my goal in podcasting and storytelling is to just flat out enjoy basketball. I love the sport of basketball. And what Adam Silver is doing, I understand he's trying to make money, but something that I love is NBC and Prime. I love watching good basketball. I love watching just fun basketball and people who are knowledgeable about basketball. Hearing Shaq talk about basketball in 2026, I would rather listen to my grandma, who can't unfortunately remember what she did yesterday, than watching Shaq talk about basketball in 2026. He doesn't know head coaches. He doesn't know stars of teams. He doesn't know up-and-coming teams. All Shaq does is hate. All Charles does is hate. I want to watch people who enjoy and want to watch basketball. Like Prime, like NBC. I love it. I think Amazon and NBC have been great. I love it. So shout out to Adam Silver, because guess what? This is the highest viewership that the NBA has since 2015. And if you count illegal websites, probably the highest in the 21st century, which is disgusting to think about. Ain't that crazy, y'all? And I could have swore they said the NBA is a dead sport. I could have swore. But if you count illegal websites, this is probably the most viewed the NBA has been in the entire 21st century. So Adam Silver is doing something right. He's doing something right. And ladies and gentlemen, that is a 57-minute episode. I was going to talk about trade stuff, but there's not really anything to talk about. CJ McCollum had his debut last night in Golden State, against Golden State. Played well. He played okay. Trey Murphy, it's being said that the Pelicans, Joe Dumars and Troy Weaver, have no intention of trading any of their players. I promised I wouldn't say relocate them because I have a super fan, Pelicans fan, Leamy, in my chat. You are the worst team in the NBA. You traded your first round pick next year. Why? Why are you not going to trade anybody? What are you doing? And then I would also like to say MPJ is a lock to get traded. He is a lock to get traded, apparently. So we'll see. Hopefully to Detroit. Guys, that is all we got for today's episode. Yes, we talked about Trey last Friday. Be sure to leave a 5-star rating and review to my podcast listeners. TikTok, be sure to come through to the Twitch stream. We would love to have y'all over here. It's a much better experience. I do not really talk to my my TikTok chat, but I do talk to my Twitch chat. So if you guys would like to talk to me, make sure to swing on into the Twitch. That's JZ Uncut on Twitch. The link is in my bio. Be sure to swing on in TikTok and Twitch chat. Do not go anywhere. We ain't done yet. Twitch. So stick around for a second. I got some shit I got to tell y'all. Have a beautiful rest of your day, everybody. I got nothing left to say. Remember, we'll be back tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Eastern for our podcast. Twitch, don't go anywhere. I got nothing left to say, except for thank you for being here. Thank you for being you. And as always, guys, thank you for watching/listening. We'll be back tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Eastern.